altitude out of the engine fire.
You get that with that one?
Flying a little with nose from the so-called tonneau. That is a non-common maneuver for such a very heavy cargo aircraft. You can see the C-27 reaching the... Now the crew is setting the right parameters to perform an amazing sequence of maneuvers. Starting from this one. This is a 3G factor maneuver and the 200 nose, which is the speed needed for a wide left turn. Wide left turn that will allow us to enter. Try to figure out that only 2 switches on the right and on the example control setting at the minimum rate, the right one, and the left to maximum.
Vertical one.
Because they cut around the sky, they do their thing, they just open up a bunch of guys in red jets who are going to come out and hand them and fly a wee bother in.
Affect our performance, so we'll never reach £23,000 in Afghanistan, but maybe with the Block 3 upgrade, you never know.
Yes, well, that's what it's all being discussed. I'm sure just Jason first in the large VIT pavilions, but less about business and more about aviation. Okay, it looks as though we now have clearance for the guys to depart, and you can now take the streetlight. So, JJ, leave us to work.
So as they depart now out to your right-hand side, you can see in the back seat, as we've mentioned, we've got Staff Sergeant Jamie Bakes. Joined the Army in 1996 as a ground crewman in the Army Air Corps. He then progressed on to Dorgan in the Lynx, It's a shame we haven't got one.
The way then, clearly not captain Wales today.
Unfortunately not. I think he's got other commitments on this weekend.
And what about Saturday and Sunday?
No, he won't be appearing Saturday and Sunday, unfortunately.
There you are, girls. Sadly, he's not going to be with us. He's got lots of other things on. We know his diary is absolutely jam-packed. But we had a lot of questions into the headquarters of the Army Air Corps about that. I mean, I have to say, he is just one of your squadron.
I'll see him a while. Yeah, is it?
Display, a very impressive routine from that fighter. The first of our Warbird participants comes in the shape of the Royal Navy Historic Flight's Sea Fury T-20. That's on at about 25 past 12. And then finishing off the first half of today's flying programme, the Polish Air Force with a terrific routine from their MiG-29 Fulcrum. That takes us up to round about a 12:15 today. As for some of the other highlights coming up later, the Italian C-27J Spartan transport doing things you wouldn't expect a transport aircraft to do. That's on just before 20 to 2, followed by the wonderful...
take off from left to right, and then she'll turn away and come back in her display. She's starting her takeoff roll now. Abra Spirit of Greatness. refused it first time round. They said, we don't do things that move. Second time round, they gave the money. And since then, it's cost another 16, 17 million pounds to get it to this stage. Lots of help from very generous donors from the people here. The people like Mr. Jack Haywood and enormous generosity they encourage many other companies, AD Holdings, BAE Systems, Eagle Technology, Cranfield Aerospace, Goodrich, PST Airways, Big Intimacy, Dowty, Rolls-Royce and Serco, and EADS, great help. Marshall Aerospace at the end.
Ground attack aircraft of the Soviet Union were also of the 80 crew members involved survived and returned to the US. And the B-25 went on to be employed throughout the war in the Pacific campaigns by the US Army Air Force and the US Navy and Marine Corps. They used it as a medium bomber, as a ground attack aircraft for strafing missions and with parachute retardant bombs, and as an anti-shipping striker. In North Africa they were used by the Army Air Force, and in Europe by the RAF, especially on and around D-Day. Newly liberated Europe, so the B-25s of 2nd Tactical Air Force Squadrons of the Royal Air Force went with them. The type served with many other customers.
After running up the engines to obtain a 40 power grade, slightly enough flight performance of the airplane, showing it is able to execute with effectiveness different operating. Parked on the right side of display line with this repositioning turn. It is a big wing over. You can look at the plant shape of this aircraft, totally developed and crafted in Italy in the 70s. The commander, Major Federico Michele, co-pilot Captain Gianmarco Di Loreto are setting the Spartan to get aligned to the display line in order to perform from the opposite side, increasing speed up to about 140 knots and ready for a new maneuver. The lift nose up. Here we go. The so-called tonneau. Tonneau is a non-common maneuver for such a heavy cargo aircraft like this. You can see the C-27 Air Brigade in Pisa. Here we go, from the left to the right, once again, the C-27J performing another tonneau after reaching 0500. I think you know.
What was that? Someone was tweeting away there.
The bomb doors open on this pass. This aircraft has been kept alive for the freedom of Europe, a sacrifice that must never be forgotten. And this is of perhaps even greater importance as we approach the 70th anniversaries of D-Day and of the end of the war itself. None of us watching would ever wish to see this be B-17 lost from British skies. So, B-17...
Another zoom climb. Yes, they've got time for another one. If you missed it the first time, now is the time to get those cameras trained. Yes, checking everything now. T's and P's, as I said, getting ready to pull that lever and the cycling back. Stand by for another backflip. Both the Lynx team and the Chinook team you're going to see later on vying for accolades right across the UK industry, particularly this hanging turn here. They noticed there was a very, very strange position to hold a helicopter, holding it on the fuselage there. But both teams getting well rewarded for their time and energy putting into rehearsing their displays during the winter time.
So the engine doesn't start when it goes up.
Using the 270 Eagle roll there as a quick stop to position. An opportunity now, boys and girls. I think you've got the modus operandi of the day. Hats, coats, umbrellas, whatever you have. The crew will give you a little nod in a moment and a good chance to give them a wave. If you look closely, you'll see their hands. Well, not sure if I just did that. They give you a little bit of a wave as well as they reverse out in a rearward transition, having completed the Lynx Mark 7 helicopter display from the Army Air Corps based at Middle Wallow.
We'll be very soon.
Yeah, and